Hey, I'm a little bit sleepy. Yesterday we went with friends to watch Boca. I hope that you guys can meet many Argentinians that are as passionate as Boca fans. So I'm going to speak about the next 10 years of Ethereum, from verifiable computer to global economy. So to me, Ethereum is a verifiable computer. I never liked too much the world computer meme. I think AWS or Google are the world computers. They have a lot of money, they have a lot of computers, but you have to trust them. So to me, the big difference between Ethereum and the rest of the computers is that it's verifiable. Ethereum is the world's first verifiable computer. No trust, just computation, economic incentives, and mathematics. This gives a huge edge over the world computer, over AWS or Google Cloud. Because anything that happens inside the computer is verifiable and you have to trust it. I don't think there's, it's like, to me it's almost like a small god in terms of like, you trust it because if you trust economic incentives, capitalism, and mathematics, everything that happens over there is correct. This has an edge over AWS because AWS and Google are based on trust. And trust can be broken. The other day, I read on Twitter a guy that hacked into Bing and he changed the movies. If you Google or Bing, what are the top 10 movies? The guy hacked into it and changed the list of movies. And you should have to trust Bing to say that whatever they're saying is correct. And in this case, Bing was hacked, so you're trusting a hacker. With Ethereum, that cannot happen unless everything gets hacked. And that's very difficult because you have to hack into multiple teams, into multiple implementations. And that can be seen also by everyone. So this makes Ethereum anti-fragile. Every attack, every week that somebody's trying to attack Ethereum, from North Korea or other state actors or private actors, Ethereum becomes stronger because it's over there running and there's a lot of money and people trying to get it. So from my point of view, that's the biggest advantage, is that it's verifiable and that we can all see what's going on. So what does a verifiable computer enables? A verifiable computer enables internet property rights, true ownership. Instead of believing or trusting platform terms, like the typical thing you give next that says like, you agree to give all the data to this company, instead of doing that, what you're doing is trusting private keys. Private keys are way better than trusting just the terms and services type of contract. So this creates global neutrality. A Chinese dev, a Russian trader, an American fund, and an Argentinian user have the same playing field. We should use the verifiable computer. We can put money there, art there, and we know we own it. We're not depending on anybody else. So this gives the basic rights to be able to build everything else. Before Ethereum, internet didn't have property rights. So this is crucial to be able to build a lot of things like the ones we're building nowadays. So from my point of view, in the next 10 years, what's going to happen is that we're going to tokenize everything, from art, land, and even artificial intelligence. That's very important. If kids are going to be studying with artificial intelligence, there's incentives for people to hack into AI, change the parameters, so that the AI answers with whatever the hacker wants. So we need Ethereum to verify that the AI is working properly. And there's a lot of people working on this. We're actually working on this too. So Ethereum created a whole economy. Nowadays, only ETH is $300 billion. It's huge. Altus are growing. On every month, there's 3 trillion of stablecoin monthly volume only on Ethereum. Visa, so we're 3 times bigger than Visa. One of the biggest advantages we have over Visa, over the New York Stock Exchange, or any other exchange, like Argentinian exchange, Merval, is that we have composability. Everything is in the same place. You can change your stable coins of dollars for a tokenized asset, for art, and this creates a flywheel because more people are adding more money and everything is happening at the same time, in the same place, all the time. Actually, in that sense, Ethereum is less fragmented than the capital markets of the world. It's running everywhere all the time because of the internet property or property rights that I mentioned before. So how did we create this? With a bubble. From 2017 to 2022, there was a huge bubble in crypto. Most projects were scams from my point of view. Ethereum won because Vitalik and the EF and people building it had long-term visions and they were not economically, they were economically incentivized, but they wanted to make something bigger than themselves. So that's why after the big bubble on the small stagnation for 3 years, we, Ethereum were winning in some way, on we could do things like ZK. Polygon, for example, Sandeep put a lot of money for ZK to be a big thing. Starward, the same thing, ZK thing. There was even the EF. Like, this enable to have ZK as an amazing technology that, from my point of view, is going to be even bigger than blockchains. So, yes. However, this also created competitors. It's something we sometimes forget. This bubble created new technologies like Solana, Sui, and Aptos that we should check because they're doing things that are interesting and we should check to improve ourselves. So after the bubble, from my point of view, Ethereum found some product market fit. The product market fit is decentralized or permissionless verifiability, plus privacy, something that we're trying to start building on the core of Ethereum, plus stablecoins. That's the Ethereum PMF. Like, that's the basic thing that is working on growing. Most tokens are going down, but the volume of stablecoins is going up. So it's a programmable, private, borderless USD. Right now, we are 10 times bigger than competitors. So that's an edge we have to keep on working on, and we don't have to sleep on forget that this is one of the biggest PMFs we have. Next. So there's two things I want to talk today that I'm going to rant a little bit about. That is the technical challenges I see for Ethereum to keep winning in the next years, on the social/cultural challenges I see that I think we have to work on. So I will read them, but then I will go down into each of one of them. Performance, scalability, interop, privacy, security, post-quantum, and complexity. So performance. We're building ETHREX. A few minutes ago, I learned that my team managed to be 10% away from RETH in terms of performance. We started working on this 1 year ago, so I'm super proud of the work we have been doing. But if you check, apart from Nethermine, RETH, Go on ETHREX, most of the other clients have some difficulties performance-wise. I'm not saying this to piss off people. If you run a benchmark, you can see it. Unless we change the validator requirements, it's going to be difficult to achieve the numbers we need to keep competing with things like Solana. I believe Ethereum is the only protocol that exists as a verifiable computer because you have different implementations, because you have a team, for example, us in Argentina, we have more than 100 developers on the core of Ethereum right now working on different things. Where in Europe, you have teams in Europe, you have teams in the US, you have teams in Asia. No other blockchain or verifiable computer has this. However, for 3 years, we decided not to increase the gas limit. We decided to be slow. I think we can be verifiable, and people can check everything that's happening, and at the same time, keep raising the gas limit. This was a taboo topic until a few months ago. Dangrad, myself, and many were trying to push to become faster so that we can keep winning in the competition. So I think we should keep doing the same. On the other execution clients should catch up. Because if they don't catch up, we cannot wait for them. That's my point of view. I think we need to accelerate on whoever's left behind is left behind. Ethereum is bigger than any one of the teams that is building on it. I also believe that the validator requirements should go up. I'm not sure, actually, it's something I have been debating mentally. I'm not sure that the objective of Ethereum is that everybody can run in its own home, its own validator. I think that everybody should be able to do so if it can pay $1,000, $2,000, or it could verify it or attest it with a few dollars. Like, we should attest and verify everything that's happening, but I'm not completely sure. That's a debate that has been ongoing for ages on Ethereum, that what we want is the requirements to be so low that anybody can run it in like a Raspberry Pi that costs $50. Also, another issue we have to work is state growth. That is super important, because if we increase the gas limit, something that we can do to compete with others, the state is going to grow a lot. Then, scalability. As I said before, from my point of view, Ethereum is about verifiability, not home staking. So I think we have to increase the gas limit by 100, because if we increase the gas limit, more people are going to use it. The cheaper we become, the more people are going to use it. It's like with the internet. People started creating things like YouTube or streaming platforms once the internet was fast. The first thing you have to do is make things fast for people to build on top of it. I also believe I'm a huge fan of RIX5. I'm not a huge fan of Solidity, to be honest, from my point of view also. Solidity is not Ethereum. Ethereum is not defined by Solidity. I respect the people working on it. It has been crucial. It's a simple language, but it has a lot of issues. I'm a big fan of RIX5, and I think this should be the default. The other thing I have to say is that most L2 stacks don't work. Most L2 stacks literally don't work. You go, you clone the repo, you try to run it, and it doesn't work. I don't want to shame anybody, but this is related to incentives. Incentives are in place to launch a token, forget about it, and die. Those are the incentives we have in place. So what we're trying to do with eRex is that anybody with one command can run an L2. And if we still believe in the rollup-centric roadmap, we have to make rollups easy to run. Interop on decentralization, based rollups. The other day, we had an outage in AWS, like I'm in Ethereum. Many of the rollups, a few of the rollups, actually not that many, went down. I think this is super bad. Solana people were ranting on us, and I think they have a point. We need to move to stage 2. We need to also make decentralized sequencers, and we need to create censorship resistance in those two. I believe in based rollups. I won't explain right now what it means, but it's to reuse the pipeline of the L1 to create L2s, to decentralize, to have interop, and this is something we have to work. Also, commit boost is another piece of technology. Many of you guys don't know what is all this about. You can check the names and then Google and learn about it. It's an amazing piece of technology that Drew has been working on that creates a public good to be able to create things like pre-confirmations. Lambda is also working on that. Privacy. The only thing I'm going to say is I became public after I got a call from a lawyer saying like, hey, Fede, if you don't cooperate, you're going to have big trouble. This happened a few years ago, and every once in a while I have an issue because of it. I'm still working on privacy. We're working in Maiden. We're working on privacy-related things for Sobra, for governments. The only thing I'm going to say is, like, I think we should all be able to work on privacy, and we should all support anybody working on privacy. Right now, it's not clear what are the rules to be able to work on privacy. It's becoming a meme. It's becoming a thing that everybody wants to work on. But, for example, I got a direct call from somebody saying, like, don't touch privacy in this way and that way. And I honestly don't know if that's correct or not. There's no clear rules. So we should support everyone, Roman, Alexei. We should support the Samurai Wallet guy that I think is going to jail for 5 years. And we need to fight this all together. And obviously, the other one needs privacy, because if I want my mother to use Ethereum, she won't like the fact that she sends transactions to somebody and everybody can see it. Then, security. Solidity compiler and multisig. Solidity compiler maintenance right now, if you check, I ask everyone to check this, go to GitHub, check the contributors. There's only 1 or 2 guys. I don't know their names, sorry. I don't remember, and I didn't want to put the picture. I like the paintings. That's why I didn't put the picture. They're working very hard on Solidity compiler. That's a huge issue. We don't have enough people working on the most important programming language on Ethereum. So if we want to be here in the next 10 years, we need to fund that, or we need people working on that. The same with Viper, that is also having, I believe, some funding issues. Solidity syntax is simple, and that's why people like it. However, the semantics on the compiler don't catch multiple bugs. Many of the security bugs, I have worked in more than 20 easily programming languages, from Erlang to Rust. I'm a huge programming language fan. Lambda supports new programming languages. We're sponsors of Glim, for example, from Rock. And I swear God, on my team thinks the same. I have never had such a big time working on a programming language like Solidity. You're a very experienced developer. On writing Solidity, it feels like you're going to shoot yourself. Like for me, it's easier to write assembly than Solidity. It's so easy to create security bugs. And this can be catched. Like if we had a better compiler, there's many bugs that could be catched on compiling time. So I think the long-term solution is the RISC-V CKVM as the L1 default. Post-quantum, we're working with Justin Drake on the Lean Ethereum people. We just went to Cambridge with 3 of our cryptographers, hackers, however you want to call it, to work on hash-based signatures, minimal ZKVM. We're working on the Lean VM. Thank you so much to Justin and the Ethereum Foundation for making things easy for people like us that were very far away, that were not so well connected in terms of VCs, capital. So let us in and help. We're super proud. Like if you ask me the things I'm most proud of my life is working on eRex, working on Lean Ethereum. So we're working on a minimal ZKVM inspired in the Cairo VM that we Lambda implemented with the help of Starkware. They're also working, Nethermind, I believe, is working in formal verification. So here we have a huge advantage over Bitcoin, because our accelerationism and our attitude to work on multiple implementations, having too many people checking things, like being more open in terms of core development on research, makes us, gives us an advantage. Bitcoin has an issue on the deployment of post-quantum cryptography. So now, the part where I have only 10 more minutes, where I want to be very clear. I'm a huge Ethereum fan. My company depends on Ethereum. The next 10 years, if Ethereum has an issue, my company and everything I have built for the last 12 years is fucked. We deployed dozens of millions of dollars in the last few months to create multiple new companies on top of Ethereum. I'm going to mention a few of them. I'm saying this because I love Ethereum. It's not because I want Ethereum to die. It's the other way around. I want it to improve. And improvement means speaking openly about the issues we have. So, first problem, we already won. This is self-imposed stagnation. Complacency leads to lack of growth and self-awareness. Keeps away new ambitious people. I have seen many young people that are 20 years old telling me, like, I'm going to Solana because I see there's more ambitious. I think we need to become ambitious. I think we need a little bit of the Bronze Age mindset of, like, we're here, we want to win, we want to kill the competitor. Like, Intel, the founder of Intel, wrote a book called Only the Paranoid Survive. He died and then checked the stock of Intel that went down. Even Intel, that was a gigantic thing, is going down in comparison to NVIDIA on AMD. So, and the same thing happened with MySpace, Blueberry, on many amazing companies, on even protocols. So, we didn't win. Like, we're winning. But to keep winning, we need to keep an open, critical sphere of debate. We don't need to see comments like mine or others as somebody being, like, harsh on Ethereum. I'm very harsh on my engineers, I'm very harsh on myself, on my company, but it's because I want the company, the culture to improve on the same thing with Ethereum. This creates a long tail risk. A new competitor can appear that win over us if we don't have an open-minded mindset of, like, yeah, we're winning, but we have to be careful. So, I am part of the tech elite. I'm not speaking badly of other people. I'm saying I am part of the tech elite. We have to do this because people have been doing it for quite some time. The other day I had a call. The other day means like 2 days ago, I had a call with one of the top Ethereum researchers, and I asked, like, why the hell are we doing this? And the answer was, like, because this person has been working on it for 2 years. That's not okay. Like, if Lambda is doing something for 2 years and somebody else does something better, please kill what Lambda is doing. We cannot have this attitude of, like, this has been being worked for quite some time, so we have to respect the person. Ethereum is bigger than anybody. This doesn't mean that we have to be mean with the people working on it. We have to be thankful. But science and engineering means that we have to leave things behind. And I keep doing this. Even with the things I do in my company, we have to have an open mind where if anybody does something better than us, we have to remove it. I believe that EOF was that case. I had to coordinate with multiple people, very important people on Signal, on Ethereum, to go on a call and say, like, why EOF is an issue. And everybody was telling me, hey, Fede, I think this, but I don't want to go and disrupt the process. I don't want to say what I believe in. And I'm like, dude, science and engineering means we have to be able to debate things openly. And it cannot be the case that we keep doing things because people did it before. Yeah, as I just mentioned, something important like EOF was decided on closed doors. I was part of that. Like, we had to influence, yeah, there's social coordination, and that's happening. I don't like that. I like public debate. I'm a Twitter guy. I go on Twitter, and I say what I believe. And I'm okay other people ranting on me. Like, there was somebody, a few Princess, I think, was the handle on Twitter, saying, like, Fed, I don't like this about your talk or whatever. I'm like, it's okay, dude. Like, that's what science and engineering is all about. We have an open debate, and people decide what has to be done. If we keep doing things on closed doors, this is super fragile. Because anybody, a state actor, and there's many that are trying to get into the core of Ethereum, I know that as a fact, are gonna infiltrate, are gonna influence the core people taking the decisions behind closed doors. This has happened before. Check OpenBSD. Like, they had state actors trying to enter the core of OpenBSD by paying one developer that was in charge of everything. Theodorat exposed that. So we need things to be open and public. Transparent things make things better for everyone. Yeah, another thing, lack of knowledge of what competitors are doing. I have gone to every Solana breakpoint, and I'm proud of that. Why? Because I see them as a competitor. Some people might believe that I'm a Solana bull or whatever because I speak with them. No, it's because I want to learn from my competitor. I want to copy good ideas from them. They have a lot of smart people. The same with Sui or Aptos. So we should copy anything that anybody else does that is good. Linux did this many times. Linux copied everything from Solaris. I was a big Solaris bull. I worked in Sun Microsystems, and I love Solaris. I actually like it more than Linux. But Linux was open and copied all the good things. that's what opens, you have always to reference what you copy from. I fired people in my company for stealing things without referencing them. You have to do that, but copying is okay. Picasso said that. Good artists copy. Also, young people check the things. Young people don't care who is winning. They want to see who is driving things, who is more like aggressive, not in a like bad way, but in like I want to take over the world. That's how Linux became huge. Now, Valve, Android are using Linux. We need to have that attitude to win. Yeah, crowd-following mindset. As I said before, important debates are in public, echo chambers crush dissident, contrarian cost, exclusion kills feedback loops. I don't believe there's people that are ultra-libertarians. I have a partner that is ultra-libertarian, and he believes everything done by the state is bad. And there's people, I have another partner that is like closer to Peronism, that is like everything that's done by private actor is bad. I don't think public or private is what define if something is long-term good for society. I think that things that have a closed feedback loop where they learn from their users, from their stakeholders, is what make good systems in the long run. So I think that we should literally pay people to be contrarian. We should, there's a partner in my company called Mauro, another one called Chahah, he's a good friend. Sometimes I want to kill them, but I like working with them because they make me think like, fuck, they're right. They're harsh on me, like they make criticism to me. On the first reaction I have is like, I want to fire them because I'm a human. But at the end of the day, actually, it's the other way around. I'm happy of having people that question my authority. We need to have that because that enforces good feedback loops. So, tech and culture, the feedback loop crisis. I believe that if we don't have a good culture that is open, we're going to have in the long run bad tech. On the other way around, when we have bad tech, the good young blood doesn't come to Ethereum. So we need to keep a better standard in terms of being more open to criticism. I might be wrong in many of the things I said. You might not like base rollups, but we need to have open debate. Yes, I think we should debate more like Bitcoin without the threats. Sometimes Bitcoiners are crazy they threat people that have different ideas. That's obviously wrong. But we should have a very harsh, direct debate, but we should execute like Ethereum. We debate very harsh, like we are very aggressive in the debates, then we decide on all together, we execute like a team. I think we should change. We do that in Lambda. We debate things very strongly, and then when we work all together as a team. So, 2 more minutes. Why the hell do you need to listen to me? So, we're working in multiple countries in Latin America. We already have with our partners, Diego Fernandez, with Sobra, more than 10 million IDs minted on Ethereum. We're going to do amazing things over there. We're working with the government of Nueva León in Mexico. We're working here with multiple states. We're starting to talk in Colombia. Once you have IDs on chain, you can start giving, you can do KYCs. We will need KYC for corporations. I'm not a huge fan of that, but that's going to happen. We need to, we can give loans based on that. We're working also in Africa in different countries, creating different infrastructure for passports, for property rights, like physical property rights. We're doing the same in Asia, in different Central Asian countries. I posted some pictures. I was recently in Uzbekistan. The other countries I can mention in Africa. We built Ethereum L1 client. We have 40 people working there. The L2 stack, we are using SP1. We're using RISC-0. We're using ZISC by Shorty. We're building our own ZK VM with Lambda aligned on TMI Labs. We're working with our friends from Israel, on Belgium, that are theoretical cryptographers, with Tomer, TMI Labs. As I mentioned, Sobra. We're doing security audits with our French partners, on members of Ergodic, Fasting Labs. We're working with Pole Finance on robust incentives. They're working with different clients, Morpho and many others. We're doing with our partner Ben from Belgium, from Ghent, doing revenue-backed finance. We're working on privacy with Maidan. Starting is going to start rolling privacy too. We're working in decentralized AI. We're working on Lean Ethereum, Commit Boost. We're launching tomorrow something interesting with stablecoins. Today, I'm super proud with Rodrigo, a friend we met recently. We have decided to between Lambda and Boulder Tech, create a giant in the region with Irsa. Irsa is one of the owners, if I'm not mistaken, of this place. This was a cow place for me, so it's amazing. I love cows on horses. Now we have cows, horses on Ethereum in the same place. We're working with them to do so many things in Latin America, payment rails. I posted today something, Rodrigo posted something too, on people from New York who were like, dude, we're having issues with our providers in Latin America. Can we work together to do payment rails? And in a month or two, we're going to make some noise on MEB, on block building. So Lambda, with hundreds of engineers in our group, we have almost 500 people. We're not very good at marketing. I'm the only guy on Twitter trolling all day long. But we're working on so many things. I'm super proud of what we're doing. I'm super happy that you guys are here in Argentina, and I hope you can be as passionate as me on the future of Ethereum. I just hope we are more open to debate, to criticism, to make ETH on Ethereum as big as we want. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Fede. So we have some great questions from the audience. I guess I have one question before all of that. How do you feel right now? You know, we're in Argentina, we're having Devconnect. Is there one word to describe how you feel right now?
Happy. Like, I'm super happy. I'm super happy that my mother is here. She now can hopefully understand what the hell I'm doing and what's Ethereum. I'm happy that we have partners from the church that came, so that don't know much about Ethereum. We actually went with some friends from the church to Cannes. We have some like famous artists coming, so it's amazing. We invited a lot of people to show them what we're doing. It's people that know us for other businesses, so I'm super happy to be able to show everything to the world.
Awesome. She must be very proud. So first question, which of the outlined initiatives are most important to you right now?
Lean Ethereum. I think what Justin Drake has been doing, look, I'm a very blunt person. I was not a huge fan of the previous meme of, what was it? I don't remember. I have dyslexia and I forget the name.
Ultrasound?
Yeah, ultrasound money. I don't know why. I was not a huge fan. Justin pushed that a lot. I always liked Justin, but I don't know, it didn't touch me. Lean Ethereum, from my point of view, is like a cathedral. I went to see him in Cambridge. We were walking inside of one of the cathedrals. We were watching it so nicely. He told me, hey, Fede, do you think like in 500 years, people are going to see the design of Ethereum like this cathedral? And I was like, yes, and you're one of the architects. So I'm super proud of the work he's doing, and I'm super thankful to be part of it.
Awesome. Yeah, Ethereum's a cathedral in the sky. It's super cool. A technical question. How far can we raise the gas limits in the near future in your mind?
Cheap servers can right now. So first of all, I'm super, I don't know the word in English. I'm amazed by the engineering capabilities of Nethermind. We have been checking on it like the last few months. Their work is amazing. Working on C#. C# is a language I don't like by Microsoft. I mean, I like it more than Java. It's not a language I like. They managed to get a lot of megagas. From my point of view, they're the fastest implementation. Then Geth, Wrath, and us. I think you can get to 300, 400 megagas with a good server. With something like a cheaper thing, like Orange P, probably 200 megagas right now. But with the changes that are coming, I think we should easily approach 1 gigagas in the next few years.
Awesome. So you're working with a bunch of different people from across institutions to governments to app builders to all of the above. What is something that you find in common with all of them? Because they're very different, but in terms of like how you represent Ethereum, is there something that you always find yourself going towards when explaining it, especially to new people, and get them excited?
I had to even speak with daughters of kings that are very powerful on explaining Ethereum, presidents, on big billionaires that are like old and savvy, on, like when you have things like Libra going internationally, like institutions, on people that build a reputation, they're worried about touching these things. And I think what's something that Justin, Vitalik, Darren read before, on everyone in the EF did very well, is they focus on the long term. They don't understand very well what Ethereum is, but they know that this is the serious thing. This is the thing where the nerds are. And nerds are always trustworthy because they are motivated by other things than only money. So I find that they always don't understand very well what Ethereum is, what they can do. They're learning, But they also see Ethereum as the serious thing that is going to be like winning in the future.
For a young builder in the audience, what do you recommend, especially if they're interested in your line of work?
First,
what's something they should
don't raise
do
money until you have product market fit. People are going to push you to raise money. Then you're going to have more problems than the ones you believe. Like, money is just a tool. It's a gas to be able to build things. But there's more important things. Connections, books. Try to work with people that are deeply motivated about what they're doing. Work with people that have ethics, morale, that they're trying to do something good for society, something they're proud. You're doing this because you're proud of it. You want to tell your family, you want to tell your friends what you're doing. Probably you can do it, you can work at something else where you make more money. Follow the people doing things they're passionate about, work on things that you will be proud in 10 years.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Fede. Thank you for everything you do. Cheers.